Hey everybody, how's it going today? So what we have here is the Workhorse in SnowRunner. This is a very nice looking truck. Really nice sleeper and headache rack. A very nice touch. It's got its own unique air intakes as well. Really like the look of this truck. But let's see here, the refuel, we only get 100 in the sleeper and 200 in the headache rack. So that's all the extra fuel we're going to get. Let's see, repair parts. 50 in an energy drink. Really? Energy drink. Well, how about putting it in a toolbox? Anyway, the headache rack has 600, so that's alright. Got a couple of spare wheels and 400 in the sleeper. So the repair parts are alright. It would have been nice to have more fuel and more tires. Even more parts is good too. You're gonna self-sustain on this truck only with that kind of stuff, and you know, there's nothing worse than getting on a map away from the garage and having a flat tire, not being able to fix it. 2 spare tires is not a lot. We don't want to run out of fuel a map from the garage either. This isn't a truck you'd probably take on long hauls, and probably won't make my fleet either with that kind of parts, fuel, and tires. That's just doesn't compare to some of the other mods I've got, but looks fantastic. Let's give it a rip through the course. Let's see these lights on the headache rack. Yeah, see, those are nice lights on that headache rack. Really like it. Now it would have been nice if that deck or pallet was a little bit further ahead instead of having that gap in there. You can get a 3 pallet deck on here, but it knocks out your sleeper and headache rack, and that's just not a good option in my books. But yeah, so we've got a gap there, and then it's hanging out past the frame at the back. Would have been nice to move that ahead a bit so it's not hanging out the back. You go through these dips here, we're going to see if the nose catches here. It rubs, but it didn't catch. See, that back end there could drag on some steeper hills there, and don't really like having my deck hanging out past the frame of the truck. But it passes the dip test alright. Now that axle that is raised up in the middle there can be lowered and raised whenever you feel that you need it. That'll help out when we get to the belly pan tests. All you got to do is put it down, and then you'll prevent the truck from getting hung up on that mud bar further up the course here. Now I see there's a lot of smoke here, and not a fan of that kind of smoke. I want to be able to see my truck. You know, it kind of takes away from looking at my truck. Seems to have good grip in the mud here. Going through the swamp all right. Steering is a little bit slow. Handles nicely though, it's not out of control. And we'll take it up on the hill here and see how the slope treats it. And the slope is steeper than it looks actually. If we get in behind the truck here, you can see that it's actually on quite a slope. Truck doesn't roll, so that's good. Anything that rolls on that slope there you don't want. Let's see how it does in the deep water. Oh, the air intakes did touch the surface of the water, but we made it through all right. So far the performance is really good. Only one little test left. So it's a double mud puddle with a bar of mud in the middle to see if we get hung up. And with this setup on this truck, we're not going to get hung up. Because if we get too close, we just drop that middle axle there and we'll be fine. So it passes that, and that's the completion on the course here. So it's a very capable truck. But again, it won't make it into my fleet because it doesn't have enough parts and fuel and tires. I like to have, if I'm going to have a mod, I'm going to have all the extras that go with it. This here is just a little bit better than base game trucks. And I don't really want to waste my limited space on a truck that's just going to give me a little bit. I'm going to be using up my RAM on my console because we are limited. I'm going to get a mod that can do more. So this is the review on the Workhorse. Beautiful looking truck, just need a little bit more parts, fuel, and tires. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good day.